Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Permiano.
And I'm Dan DeBriel, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news.
Oh man, listen to how fucking crisp that new intro sounded.
Tight.
Didn't have us cackling like fucking morons for no reason. Good work,
Back
Neil.
half of an inside joke on the first episode, yeah.
So
great.
welcome to the show.
Hi, everybody.
The two of you listening right now, probably. Hopefully more later.
Hey, we have dozens.
Dozens.
Repeat listeners at this point.
I mean, does 1 dozen count? Do you
Yeah.
pluralize 1 dozens?
Yeah.
1 dozens.
I feel like once you
Sounds
get
cool.
into 13, then
Ooh.
it's dozens because you're in the
14.
next. Yeah.
There's a term for
A
there's
baker's
a
dozen,
dozen
right.
base term. Okay, well that was
There we go.
the worst sidetracking to start off
The
with.
intro was tight. The first bit of conversation, very loose.
What a weekend!
Holy shit. Oh my God. This was one of the best weekends I've had in forever.
Yeah, it's in at least 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, my comedy show got canceled, but
So it was a great weekend for everybody else as well.
oh, you cunt.
I actually added a show this weekend. I remember, if you remember last episode, I said the biggest thing I had this weekend was playing Dungeons and Dragons with my girlfriend and her friends. That was fun, but I got added onto a show in where is it? Pottstown. So it was all right. It was pretty fun. That was why I missed your show.
One of us is down, one of us is up. I
That's
love
right.
it. I'd rather it be the other way. I'm personally not that invested in what happens to you outside of this studio.
I understand and I
yeah.
respect that.
But man, big weekend in sports. There was some fun non-Philly stuff that happened. Did you see that Boston Lakers game where LeBron got fouled on the last play, didn't get called, and then Patrick Beverly, who I normally hate, grabbed the camera and then showed it to the referee
Yes.
and got a technical.
That was amazing. I don't normally watch non-Sixers basketball games, but I happened to catch the end of that one. Amazing. I mean, basketball is taking like taunting to just like unprecedented levels right now.
I know he brought it like that. I've never seen a prop used in a basketball game before, and I usually hate him, but I mean, he's going to do something to make me hate him probably next week.
Of
But for
course.
now, shine on, King. The other big story in the Chiefs-Bengals game, commentator Tony Romo started saying what sounded like the N-word and then stopped himself.
I
Did
must
you
have
see
missed
this?
this.
Yeah,
No, I
he
must
said-
have walked out of the room when this happened.
Yeah, there was I think it was a Chiefs player. He was surrounded by 3 Bengals and alluded to, he's like, he was surrounded by 3 nigh.
Oh man.
And then just stopped. And I really, I tried to come up with any possible other N-word.
what
that-
football term could he have been using there?
If the Niners were playing, maybe, but nearby players, but that nearby play, yeah, that's
weird.
Ah,
That's weird. And he does have that. He does have the voice of like, I don't know, like a clan switchboard operator. Like, oh my God, they did it.
I
So
mean,
he already
yeah.
is like primed to sound bad no matter what he's saying.
And, you know, he spent his career playing for that guy that protested black guys going to school with him. So
That's right.
he might have picked up.
Just so you guys know, Jimmy Gillespie's in the chat there. He's just saying what up, and he said, Reggie Whitefish? I have no
Okay.
idea.
Oh,
what
because
that
I'm
means.
Jewish.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
thank you
Boom.
for pointing out. This is my authentic Mitchell and Ness Reggie White jersey.
Oh wow.
I got it off eBay from Korea for $100.
Okay.
Most Mitchell and Ness Reggie White jerseys are $300. The quality of this shirt is probably $20, but some Korean kid did take the time to sew on a Mitchell and Ness authentic label. So that's the 80. That's where the extra 80 you pay goes for.
I'm telling you, it makes you look dummy thick. It's working for you. So
Yeah, I put it over a hoodie. And I have been trying to. It's looking like I've been patting my stomach because I'm trying to reach into my pockets and they're just not there.
yeah, you got that like almost like that flak jacket look on there. You got like the Jalen Hurts protecting his ribs
Yeah,
thing
this
going
is-
on here.
This is not a quality jersey. It is 100% not a real Mitchell and Ness. I know because I own 2 Mitchell and Ness T-shirts, and I can just feel the difference. Like I get a swagger about me. I wear them to comedy shows where like wear something nice, and then I'll show up in my vintage Sixers T-shirt, and they're like, "Oh, way to dress up," and then I'm, this shirt's nicer than everything you own.
This is my formal hoodie, please.
I don't feel that way when I wear this, but
But you're festive. You're
Yeah.
dressed for the occasion.
fly Eagles fly, baby.
Fuck yeah. Oh my God. What a beautiful thing. We're going to get to whiny fans, and God, there was some whining about that game. But I mean, for us, we're the only people that don't have. Everyone else in America has a valid complaint. That game was boring as shit. But man, it was boring in the right way, wasn't it?
Fuck yeah. I like, yeah, oh, it was rigged. No fucking 31-7 game is rigged.
Yeah, they're never gonna have a rigged game that's that lopsided. Like if it's a rigged game, it's gonna be like, I don't know, the refs have some controversial call or a non-call on a quarterback, and a team wins by 3. You know,
Exactly.
that's how the refs rig a
Wait,
game.
that's what happened. Oh, no, that fucking call wasn't I
No, I know.
fucking screamed the R word at the, I'm learning.
Reed,
Yeah. At the TV. Or like, do you yell like this when I'm not here? Fucking yeah, I do. But
Yeah, it's worse when no one's around because it's just me.
the neighbors think, I'm surprised, like, yeah, the neighbors haven't shown concern that I'm beating her at the way I yell at the TV, even though I'm alone.
They understand. You know, the people of the Philadelphia area understand what is being said around game time. It shouldn't be really held against somebody.
It's true. I mean, no, I'm not gonna go.
I
like,
see,
here's
I
where
see
it's
the gears turning in
acceptable,
your
yeah.
head. I see the gears turning. Live show.
Like even if you didn't catch the box score, you're like, oh wow, her eyes black as shit. That must have been a rout.
The box score is how many times you box people during the game.
Do you do anything fun for the game?
Well, so I am currently locked into a serious mojo situation. So, due to COVID, I didn't get to watch any football games with my mom for years. And this year, finally, she's like 8 times boosted. She finally feels like she can join the real world. So I've been going over there every game with the exception of like 1 or 2. One I watched was Jimmy Gillespie there, the comic in the chat. Very funny guy. But I watched one game, I think the Commanders game with a bunch of comics. Otherwise, I've watched every game with my mom except for 2, the 2 we lost. And so I am not tempting fate. I'm not going to fuck around. I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to watch every game at my mom's house with my mom because it's working. I mean,
Yeah.
do I deserve the credit? Yes, absolutely. I do.
I think you do,
Yeah.
and I, if my mom's listening, don't expect that from me. I don't enjoy watching sports with women, and
My mom's great, but
yeah.
she's not. No, but it's like it is definitely like watching it with your mom. You know what I mean? Like there's no.
I don't. I
There's
haven't
no
since I was-
broy.
yeah.
There's no broiness. There's no. I was screaming a lot. My mom was like, "You're scaring the cats," you know. So it's definitely not the ideal
Trying to quilt
situation.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To watch football, but listen, when you're winning, you don't change it.
I get
you don't
it. I
fix
get
what's,
it.
what's
Thank
not
you.
broken.
Thank you for your service.
You got it.
I watched it at Chicky and Pete's, and I don't like they get there like 2 hours early just so you had somewhere to sit. I fucked up though. I thought the game started at 3:30, so I ordered soup around 2:50. That's a weird fucking thing to be eating when
Yeah.
when there's
Your
a game
football
on.
soup?
I never want to do it again. It's fucking. But I was like, they probably got a good clam chowder. It's a fucking
Yeah.
and yeah, it's just because you're like, fuck yeah, they fucking converted 4th down. Yeah. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah. Why? But soup has been a part of football for a long time. I mean,
It
we're
might be a tailgate thing, but it's you don't eat
Chunky Soup has been a sponsor
Oh.
of football forever. Like it's who is it? The Rams
McNabb.
coach now, but it was McNabb
Oh.
for a long time. Yeah.
Oh, good. There's a Chunky Soup curse that goes with football, doesn't there? Yeah.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Although Andy Reid might have used up all his curses,
yeah.
but
Yeah. Right. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andy Reid is like he can transfer all of his curses to his sons. That's his secret power.
he can. Oh, yeah.
Like any curse that would befall Andy just goes and settles on the Reid boys.
He does fucking. He's still considered like a bright. He's like a positive figure.
Yeah.
But something fucked up happened in that house.
I don't know. I feel like it's just like your classic like absentee father situation. Like he seems like a great guy, but it just seems like, football's his life. His kids are delinquents,
Yeah, but there's a lot of, but they're all fucking nepo hires, and
Yeah.
they get they become the shittiest commentators.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh Jesus, you also said Chris Collinsworth's
I was gonna
kid?
say,
That's a
does
travesty.
he have a kid?
That's
No,
the
Chris Collinsworth is the travesty.
Oh yeah, he's
but-
pretty bad. He's pretty bad. Phil Simms' kid is now announcing.
Yeah, he's the one that said Jalen Hurts was the system quarterback.
Yeah,
and
sucks.
then he got pissed when everyone pointed out to him how terrible he is.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, Hurts has proven the haters wrong. Winning, crushing it. It's great. And the 49ers fans, holy shit. They're having, and I get why they would be having a bad day. It's a hard way for your season to end. But, the crazy thing to me is that they are blaming us. They're saying we don't deserve to be there. They're saying we like cheated or whatever. But it's like if the shoe was on the other foot and Nick Sirianni put a backup tight end on Hassan Reddick, we would have murdered Nick Sirianni right now. Like if Jalen Hurts was taken out for like the next season, we'd be murdering Nick Sirianni. We wouldn't be like, San Fran, Nick Bosa, bleh." But man, do they cry. Man, are they upset that their third string, 7th round quarterback was taken out.
Philly hasn't murdered a coach yet, which I don't think. Yeah, that's what you got to do to earn the reputation Philly has. I think. Like if we literally murdered a coach,
That would be
that would earn us. Like I don't condone murder. I can't conjure. It's a person by person.
You got to take it on each instance.
I think some people are net negatives on this planet, and yeah.
We've been lucky though. The only coach I'd murder in the modern era, Chip Kelly.
Oh yeah.
And even then, it's like I don't want to kill
You
Chip.
can just fire him. Yeah, he's not.
I don't really
that's
want to
not
kill
murderable.
Chip. Yeah, I don't really want to kill Chip.
I mean, we won a Super Bowl shortly after. If we didn't,
he
maybe
drafted-
I'd revisit the whole murder Chip Kelly thing.
Yeah, he drafted Lane Johnson. I feel like that, if anything, should keep his head out of the noose. So,
That's fair.
but
Maybe not.
if we had some of these, if we had some of these coaches that some of these teams have, though, it would be ugly. Like with the way like things are amped up, like emotions and like violence and like people being rude to each other in this day and age, I'm really glad that this city is experiencing like a beautiful sports resurgence. Because if we were the Lions or like even the Vikings, I think things would be like even rougher in this city. Like we're foul tempered enough. Like placate us with sports victories, please.
I mean, those cities have enough to worry about anyway. I don't know how. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know how invested they are in their teams. I feel like Detroit's more a basketball city.
Yeah.
I mean, they did have an entire stadium try to fight 3 players in a basketball game.
In Detroit, that's just a warm welcome.
Yeah, that's true. They're like, do you have water? Minnesota's probably too cold to riot. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're thick people up there in
Minnesota.
the north. They're kind of like dumpy, stocky people. I'd fit in there. People like me, we're not chasing after anybody.
Yeah.
You got to be able to stand and fight. If you're willing to retreat, you're getting away.
Yeah. That's how. Oh wait, we're talking about Minnesota. I was like, that's how Barry Sanders got so elusive. But but yeah, that's kind of what we wanted to talk about today. Not just sports, because not everyone likes sports.
Right. We're just talking about
Nerds.
fan bases in general.
But yeah, but the Eagles have the worst reputation for something that happened in the 1920s. I think. I think you could look right at the other team we were playing as far as worst fan bases go, simply because, and this is just a theory of mine, they moved a team from Oakland to Las Vegas. I feel specifically because every time Oakland and San Fran played each other, somebody got stabbed.
Yeah.
It happened like 8 times in a row.
Yeah,
It's like-
that was really bad, and it was happening at baseball games too. Like, I almost understand why fights would break out in a football game, but you're stabbing someone over baseball?
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
That's like stabbing someone at a picnic.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, they Oakland. I feel like being from Philadelphia, I've never been to Oakland. I've been to San Francisco, but I feel like I'd like Oakland. They seem like pretty chill people. I'm basing that only on Marshawn Lynch, but
Okay.
but they're violent, man, and all we do is boo. We boo, we heckle, we might throw some eggs at your team
Yeah.
bus. We're not stabbing people.
I'm not saying we would have handled Damar Hamlin with grace,
Oh no.
but we also wouldn't have burned down the hospital that he got rushed to,
Yeah.
like they think we would.
We wouldn't hold up the ambulance. You
Yeah. Well,
know?
our streets suck.
I guess
I
it
mean,
depends. If Hamlin's a cowboy, maybe all bets are off. But
Like, if I've ever murdered anyone in my life, it was because I didn't know where to pull over in Philadelphia when an ambulance was behind me.
okay, that's fair.
Other than, yeah,
You know.
in New Jersey, everyone, oh, New Jersey roads suck. Yeah, I know how to fucking pull over when when an ambulance is behind me.
Yeah, Jersey drivers are bad. I'm not going to excuse you or your drivers, but Pennsylvania drivers are like needlessly they're vapid. They just don't really pay attention to what's going on the road. It sucks. But they're not the whiners I want to talk about, though.
Ooh.
We're talking about whiny fan bases. I got to go with my number one whiny fan base in the world, Star Wars fans.
Ooh,
Star Wars fans may be the whiniest. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I like the good ones in the series. Like, if you make a good Star Wars film, I'll fuck with it. But, like, most of them are not good. And the whining comes from all sides. They'll whine when it's good. They'll whine when it's bad. They'll whine when they try something new. They'll whine when they remake an old movie and call it a new movie. Like, no matter what you do, these Star Wars fans cannot be pleased. They cannot be happy.
it's true. I am a Star Wars fan.
Okay.
You can't just cherry pick the good ones. It's one, it all feeds into one story.
Yeah.
And they fucking, yeah. So if they reference one thing, I have to know. I need to watch every corner of this universe.
Right.
And I also move on with my life. If I don't, I will never sign a petition to have the canon remade.
Right.
I don't.
It sucks. I worked with a guy, and like the obsession is what kind of I think engenders the whining. First off, I think it's because you made 3 movies in the 70s, and then you waited 20 years after it was already like a cultural icon to start making just hundreds of other pieces of media, and so you let all these people like build canon in their heads that didn't exist. So now everything you do, Boba Fett wouldn't do that. Boba Fett was a guy quietly standing in a helmet.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything.
He did not do a lot.
He didn't do a single goddamn thing in any of the movies. And they're like, but look how like he corrects Darth Vader and Darth Vader stands corrected. Isn't that cool? That sounds like a bad script writing to me. Like you didn't understand the dynamic between your characters. Like to say that like the way that, especially Boba Fett, but like people feed so much into these characters, and then these writers like Rian Johnson objectively now I didn't love that movie, but Rian Johnson is one of the best screenwriters and directors currently working today, and they're like, worst movie ever.
Yeah, they fucking review bombed everything he's ever been a part of.
Yeah.
And okay, I will say The Last Jedi is the shittiest movie of the new.
It's pretty bad.
But I'll also say this: first, they fucked up. They don't just pass a baton style with the biggest fucking property they own and not have a clear plan when they start the fucking trilogy to when they end it. But if they had to choose one of the 2 directors to do the whole trilogy, I would pick Rian Johnson over J.J. Abrams.
Same.
100%. Like,
Yeah.
he actually creates something. Fucking J.J. Abrams, like, let's just fucking throw a fresh coat of paint
Yeah.
on the new one.
J.J. Abrams will just add lens flares to everything, and then that's it. And that's what he does. I mean, listen, he turns in like competent. He's like a Costco director. Like you're going to get like a competent movie from J.J. Abrams. But at this point, like, yeah, you have one of the biggest franchises in the world. You clearly show by even hiring Rian Johnson, you're willing to kind of go outside the box with it. But you do that in the second movie, the swing from Act 1 to Act 3. That's not when you should be like radically switching shit up and having Leia fly through space
Exactly.
and other fucking weird shit that's not explained.
And they didn't communicate at all. It feels like I feel like my theory on why the Star Wars is so pissed off though is because it's cool now. Star Wars is cool now.
Yeah.
But it wasn't when I was in school. I feel like.
Yeah.
And now that So all these fucking nerds that were with it, they want to play like gatekeeper.
Yeah, they want revenge, right, for the suffering that they did for liking Star Wars. Now that it's cool, they're like,
Yeah.
no, fuck you. You don't understand. You don't even know who shot first. Shit like that. And I do have to note, it must be noted that we are here whining about Star Wars right now. So,
Well, we're gonna whine about the fans. Yeah.
yeah.
I
I do think that, like, Star Wars, it's just the passion. Like, I worked with a guy, his name was Sky, and I found out after working with him for like a month that his actual name was Skywalker because his parents were such fucking Star Wars fans. They named their own son Skywalker. Luke was right there. Luke was right there,
that's
and
the
your
one
son has a
normal-
regular life. Like,
the one normal name in the whole fucking.
yeah. And they
Yeah.
chose fucking Skywalker. Insane.
I mean, I always said if I had kids, obviously the first one would be Dave Jr. and
Okay.
I wouldn't let him have his own personality at all. He is there strictly for me downloading my personality onto.
Okay.
And like, I just so I could get, it's like me, but like knowing what I want at a younger age. Even if he doesn't want that, I don't give a shit.
Boy, a toddler you would be incredible.
Oh man, yeah. Like as I said, I started comedy when I was 27. He's fucking. I'm stage momming him.
He's starting at 27
Right,
months.
20 yeah, days.
The first
Yeah,
infant
you
comedian.
better fucking If you're 27 months, you can already walk. I want you. I want you to have 5 minutes before you can even walk.
I gotta say though, speaking of child comedians, our guest last week, Steve Rinaldi, I saw him at an open mic. And I didn't even recognize him because he had like he was just dressed way differently, and he had a little kid with him. So I didn't even get him a second glance. I was like, someone brought their kid to the mic.
Gross.
Well, his son or stepson did a set, and I'll be honest, when he walked up there, I was like, fuck, I hate children comics. I hate them. They're never any good. Steve Rinaldi's stepson fucking slayed. There was a dead open mic. This kid burned the room down. It was incredible.
How old is he?
12 maybe?
All right, so you still think it's like a door? No. it's
Yeah.
just- that
There was
wasn't good.
definitely a little bit. There was, of course, a little bit of a curve. It was his first open mic. He announced that. Then you're already being graded on a curve. And he's a child. But I got to hand it to him. The kid delivered. It was pretty good.
Right on.
Yeah,
Good
so
for
thanks,
him. Yeah.
Steve, since I know you're listening.
But
good job.
the second kid, that was going to be Chewbacca.
Really? You're going to name your kid Chewbacca?
Well, I mean,
I love it.
I like to, I like to say things when I'm pretty sure they're never going to happen. I
love
also
it.
dabbled with Sephiroth for a second. But,
Okay, a little Final Fantasy
Yeah,
7.
why not?
Sure.
But yeah,
okay.
Chewbacca could be his own man.
Yeah,
But
Chewbacca
yeah.
could be whoever he wants to
But
be.
now that I'm so glad that now that I see the state of Star Wars fans,
Yeah.
there's gatekeeping, and I want to say this about gatekeeping in every fandom. That is the gayest shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
All this like real Star Wars fans, what the? Stop taking credit for something you had no creative control in. What do you like? Hey, I can sit on my ass and stare in one direction for 2.5 hours better than you can. Like, shut the fuck up. Fucking stop trying to big time people
Yeah.
with how good you could watch TV.
Yeah, one of the things I don't like about Star Wars is like a casual, I would call myself kind of a fan, but not really, is that like you need to be able to like take a pop Star Wars quiz at any moment. And if you fail that quiz, these gatekeepers will judge you. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't remember, like, Uncle Ben. I don't even remember what his fucking wife's name was. There are a bunch of corpses smoking in the desert.
ooh.
I don't care, But Star Wars fans, they care about that stuff. And I kind of get it. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I fucking, like, one of my favorite sci-fi movies is The Fifth Element. I don't give a shit if no one knows, like, Lilu Dallas Multipass. I don't give a fuck,
No, but because it is I wasn't like I watched the movies, that was my, and I'll play the video games, but like they did have the card game back when I was in high school that was like their Magic the Gathering, and they had a card for like, so they had a fucking name for like every background person at that cantina, and I'm just not. I mean,
Yeah,
and now they've probably written stories for all of them.
Yeah, right. Like there are some people that could like tell you like everyone in the Max Rebo band, you know, and I'm just happy that I know who Max Rebo is. He's the fucking blue guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the fucking nose. But not the blue guy who was obviously a Jewish guy who enslaved Anakin. That was a different blue guy with a
He
weird
wasn't.
nose.
Oh, he was bluish. Yeah, there we
What's his
go.
name?
That was a fun little rhyme.
That was great. I liked it. It was good.
No, I've actually broken it down, and I was told it was extremely racist. Like because that's what it is funny though. Because the first thing I thought was like, because they had the new Obi-Wan show, and there was like a black Jedi, and I also what's his name, Finn, the actor who played him, experienced it. Yeah, like online racism and shit like that.
Yeah, I think that the Asian girl in the movies, the new movies too, she got it really bad.
Yeah,
too.
she got.
Yeah.
I yeah, but like there are like that's what I'm trying to say. Star Wars is a post-racial society. There aren't black people or white people. There's just people. The Wookiees are the black people. And then the Anakin people, those were the dude that
Those were the
enslaved
Jewish
that was
people.
the Jewish
That's
people.
obvious, clearly.
And there was Tusken Raiders are clearly
Like
Middle Eastern people.
Of course.
They're
They-
literally
they
called
call-
Sam people.
Yeah, I mean, like they're not even. They're being real lazy
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah.
They're just their whole heads are made of turbans instead of just using it as hat.
Their language is like weird and like like guttural. Yeah.
Jawas they're probably some sort of Asian. They
Maybe. I
they
can
have
see
like
that.
a
They're
lot
good
of
with
like
technology. They have that weird like thing they ride around in.
like a mobile bodega.
Yeah, it's like a Toyota.
Well, if we're getting canceled for anything this episode,
It's gonna be Star Wars that gets us canceled, as it always should have been.
they went as far as, well, I do think they did Finn dirty, the movies.
Agreed. They kind of like wrote him out because China is racist. That's what it comes down to. China doesn't like black people, so they wrote Finn out of the movie. And it sucks because I thought he was the most compelling character in the whole thing.
Oh, I disagree. I thought they did him dirty by the first movie.
Oh.
Because just each trilogy had one black character. And the first two trilogies, like
Lando.
they made it the fucking coolest black guy on the planet
Mace
at
Windu.
the time.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
then you fucking make Finn come in all goofy and shit. Fucking let him have his actual British accent. Let him be
That would be
smooth
cool.
as shit.
Yeah.
Fucking
So who would it have been this time if you were going to keep the pattern? Idris Elba, maybe? Like who would be
that's
the?
who I, but with the accent
Yeah,
still.
yeah,
Michael
yeah.
B. Jordan, maybe.
Oh yeah, that would be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
But they fucking were like sending death threats to these people.
Ridiculous.
Which-
Ridiculous. People are crazy. The other thing that I know that Star Wars, like, I think that Star Wars, it like borders on a drug because it's one of the only things. My thing is, it's a drug if you will sleep outside to buy it. So like iPhones, big TVs on Black Friday, and Star Wars and heroin, and that's it. Those are like the four things that people will sleep on the streets for.
Yeah. One before and after. I've never actually seen the line to heroin.
I used to try to work on that as a joke, but it never worked. Which was like every time, like you take like a new hit of Star Wars, and every time you hate it because you're chasing that first trilogy hit. Like it's never as good. You're always chasing the dragon, and it's like every single time you're like, "This is my last Jedi. I'm never doing it again." You know, and then a new one fucking rolls around, and you're right there.
And that's like it would almost be an outdated premise because no one actually has to go to the theater, and you're like, now you're just. But every time one of these movies comes out, the AMC app crashes.
Yeah.
So you'd like, I tried to do it for Ant-Man, and I fucking refresh. I think like sometime the next morning I got it, but
Damn.
I almost had to go to the theater like a heathen.
Oh my God. Physically being in a location, you're a madman.
I know, but at 30
Um,
minutes, we don't do anything special at 30 minutes.
We are a 50-minute notification podcast.
Cool. Now I know, guys.
What a
Super helpful.
hey!
Sorry
no,
for
thank you.
thank you for peeling back the curtain, bud.
Your sitcom's over. Get to the fucking
No,
emotional.
I'm just
wrap
letting
now.
you know where you are, bud. That's
The
all.
lesson-
Just in case you had
Thank-
stuff planned.
The lesson that you
Oh,
learned. No,
uh,
yeah, I did bring the board out. But
That is true. We
Yeah,
are
I'm just taking
threatening-
cues from the people in the room. That's all it is. You
Just
got a
trying
board
to
out,
produce the show.
That's
no
all.
big deal.
but you guys do whatever you feel.
we're gonna,
Love you.
yeah. I will. The thing that upsets me about the death threats is, I feel like if I was a movie star, I would use my power and influence to track down the people, and then kidnap them in the middle of the night and fly them out to that island that only celebrities have, where they get to hunt people. Because they have that island, right? And
At least at some level of wealth, yeah, I believe they probably hunt.
we
people.
we found out they have Pedophile Island.
Right.
I would assume they have Murder Island
Yeah.
too. And
Yeah.
other
But you got to
cr-
figure there's more, like, there are more people that have probably felt the urge to kill than have felt the urge to fuck a girl, like a little girl. So you got to figure, like, if they're going to go
Yeah.
through buying an island for pedophilia, yeah,
They
they
definitely
100%
have one.
bought an
Yeah.
island for murder. Like, murder is something we all occasionally want to do to somebody.
But can't we make it? Can't we hope for like the best possible outcome? Murder Island. Like right now, it's probably just political prisoners from like Myanmar or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, North Korean dissidents
Yeah.
and stuff like
Why
that.
can't we fly out these people that are sending death threats? Like
Yeah, you're right. If we started like doing the most dangerous game with internet trolls, I don't think anybody would have a problem with that.
what level of celebrity do you think they hand you the brochure for? Like all the
Ooh.
different and. Do they have to act weird if you don't check off Pedophile Island? Like, you're like, all right, well,
Well, there's
like,
got to
you
be
gotta
someone.
sign an NDA.
Yeah. Well, there were like all those people that happen to take, so they say they happen to take flights with Jeffrey Epstein, like Ron Perlman, the actor, and he was like, "Hey, I never did anything. I was just on the flight, and like I never went to the island. I just took a plane ride with him." The event, if that came out, there would be celebrities that were like, "Hey, I never went to the pedophile island. I was getting a connecting flight to Murder Island." Okay.
Oh, what other islands? Okay, there's got to be some other islands. I mean,
Gambling
they had
island,
a
of course,
gambling
that's,
like for
that-
but
that's
for
called Montenegro, I believe, or Macau, no, whatever. Yeah, Macau's a gambling island.
but for like the shit that you can't find on FanDuel.
Right, like people playing Russian roulette and stuff, blood sport style.
Hell yeah, like there's got to be a whole dog fighting island.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Michael. He. I guess I don't know. Yeah, do you hear about athletes? Were athletes really on the Epstein thing? Are they not?
I
Are
know.
they?
I didn't hear of any athletes. It was mostly actors, politicians, rich people. I mean, athletes are rich, but no, yeah, I don't. Athletes generally locally source their underage women.
Yeah. Well, wait. I don't. What athletes have been? I feel
LT
like,
is the only one that comes to mind.
Pete Rose, didn't he?
Did he?
I mean,
Did
that
Charlie
seemed to go
Hustle?
on. Yeah, everyone's like, hey, nothing Pete Rose does anymore. People are still outraged about like, hey, did
Gambling.
you hear Pete Rose fucked a kid? I can look past that.
The
What,
gambling.
the gambling on the sports?
Disrespects the game. That's hilarious.
Fucking.
Man, do you what do you think? What do you think? What is one of your least favorite whiny fandoms?
I think we covered the biggest movie one.
Mm-hmm.
We talked. Let's see. It had to be. See, I don't. There's like, it's got to be somewhere in gaming probably.
Okay.
But I don't play a good chunk. Like I avoid first-person shooters altogether
Oh yeah, I'm not a big FPS guy either.
because when I play a video game, I want to imagine I'm someone other than myself. They are my escape to how much I hate myself. Let me see who I wish I was.
Yeah.
A fucking blue hedgehog or a fat hairy Italian. Okay, well
Yeah,
that
it's
one.
a-
I don't
it's a
have
little
Nintendo.
close to home,
But I only have PlayStation. They can. Yeah. Don't let me have anything that can let me be a fat little Italian guy who dabbles in mushrooms.
and
or
has
whatever.
and has pipe problems.
Oh man.
Shit, that's funny. I have one that's kind of like that. That I really need. They need to shut the fuck up fast. And it's only because now there is a video game, so they're all fired up again. Harry Potter fans, you just need to shut the fuck up. Like, listen, I get it. The person that wrote your favorite book, she's kind of a monster. She's kind of a shitty human being, and she's very loud about her shittiness.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
It's a weird hill to die on.
Yeah, it really is. She had the fucking world in her hands, and she just decided to be like, I will throw it all away. I will piss all my fans off because I hate trans people that much. But in one respect, like, for instance, like, it is weird to go back and, like, as a comedian, it's weird to go back and watch Bill Cosby. His crimes did kind of ruin his comedy, but I'm not, like, going on internet sites where Cosby's brought up and being like, fuck everyone and fucking I just go, man, that sucks. I guess I can't listen to Bill Cosby anymore.
Yeah, sorry, that fucking Hogwarts Legacy game looks the fucking tits.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I'm waiting till I get a 5 to play it, but I'd like to, and
Yeah.
hopefully they make. But I think first of all, I'm gonna do my weekly. Who cares what a celebrity does outside of what the thing they're famous for is? Especially, she keeps bringing up the science, and I'm thinking, you fucking write about magic. Magic is what you fucking create when you're too fucking stupid to know the science of something. Ask her, yeah, how's a fucking rocket to Mars work? You fucking take a piece of metal and put a little and go fly a die when it fucking does it. Like, you read The Martian.
Oh yeah, that's
actually,
science.
That's another group of people I want to. The book is better. Like,
Oh, book readers that hate the movie,
yeah,
hate them.
The Martian is one of those rare examples where I was reading it and I got like 2 chapters and I'm like, what a fucking snooze fest. But
Where's Matt Damon?
yeah, it was only the like they took out like but I was because he describes the science to a fucking T almost.
Yeah.
Just like, and then I put this rocket together, and then he like labels every fucking nut and bolt that goes into it.
Yeah.
I'd rather listen to his take on trans people, even though I don't care about that either. But who
Right.
cares about?
There's a book that somebody recommended that I read, a science fiction book called The 3 Body Problem. And it was like that. I started reading it. I was like, fucking snooze fest. It's like we discover aliens, but we can't interact with them. And we know they're coming, but not for another like 50,000 years. So it's just scientists talking about a broadcast that they got. I was like, this sucks. Like, they're aliens. Just have them attack, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like,
Put Matt Damon in it.
yeah, I want more Matt Damon.
But my theory on J.K. Rowling is that she doesn't actually give a shit about what she's saying. And I wonder if I would handle it the same way if I ever made $1 billion and was beloved by everyone. I'd be like, I got mine. Now I would like to go out to a restaurant and be left alone. That's the best way to do it.
You know what? You're fucking right. She's just trying
There's no way she cares that much to fuck. All she'd have to do to be fucking loved is be like, pop up on Twitter every 6 months. Hey, just a reminder, I fucking wrote Harry Potter. And then, but instead she's just like, unprompted. Just
all the
trans
time.
people this, trans, like,
Yeah, I'm
lady,
like a
get over it.
suffragette.
Yeah.
I'm the victim. That's what I like the most. Is that the woman, the billionaire, will continually be like, I'm the victim because you're being mean to me on Twitter. It's like, if anybody can put down Twitter, it's the person with $1 billion. But no billionaire seems to be able to do that. They all seem to be shackled to this fucking social media website where all they could possibly do on it is destroy the reputations. It's amazing.
I know, but she's probably not hounded for autographs everywhere she goes now.
You know what? I'm gonna. That's a great take. You've convinced me that that's exactly why she's doing it. Is that she's been to the peak and she doesn't like it, and she's just like, I just like you said, I just want to go out and be left alone. Well, fucking everyone's leaving her alone now.
All right, so if I have to think of a specific, all right, so like one game I play is
Some first year comic trashed your jersey. It was Adam Nutter. He's like some first year
Oh,
comic I heard of.
wait, what's he a fan of?
He's a Giants.
Oh,
wow.
38-7.
Yeah.
Suck a dick. But thank you for watching.
Yeah. Suck my dick. Thank you for watching.
I got heckled in the Wawa on the way. some guy like, and I fucking like originally started, yeah, because someone rolled down their window and I was walking away, gee, and I thought I just caught them halfway through the Eagles chant, and then like, and then, but I was already, and be like 38-7, bitch.
Although
Adam
Giants
Nutter
fans
just says more rings. That's all he says. I don't
yeah,
know.
give it some time.
Wait, how many was he alive for? Actually, he's older than us, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 36.
Oh no,
Oh,
no,
yeah. So then you
He's
saw the
36.
two, right?
Wait,
Or maybe there
they
was some-
won.
Don't
wait,
let this
no.
this to a
Okay, so
halt.
he's got
Sorry,
three.
he's-
No, there.
he's
Fuck.
you
Fuck. There were,
disrespect the Eagles and you
there
just
were
shut
two
down
Eli,
every
yeah.
Philadelphia sports fan's brain. Well, there's some more sports disrespect. Although I will, honestly, as reluctant as I am to do it, I will give the Giants credit. They did not whine nearly as much as the 49ers are about being absolutely curb stomped by the Eagles. So they took their lumps. They knew they were probably going to lose, and they went, fuck you, we hate you. We'll see you next season. That's the way losers should act.
and Lawrence Taylor had sex with a 13-year-old.
Right, that's right.
But-
the hero of your franchise is a monster.
Great player. I mean, it's weird too. When they fucking came out with the all-decade teams, Lawrence Taylor definitely got to be on his 80s team. O.J. Simpson was on, but I wanted to. I think if O.J. Simpson just killed Ron Goldman, we might still kind of remember him as a great football player too.
Yeah.
He was. I don't. You're not. No football player is great enough to get over killing a white woman.
I'll never forgive
pretty
him
white
for
woman.
Yeah, I'll never forgive him for it.
But if he just killed the Jewish waiter, I think it'd be like, that would be the footnote. Like, fucking
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson ran for 2,000 yards when there was only 14 games. Shame about that fucking
Yeah.
Jew waiter.
Yeah, he probably could have killed Goldman and Cato and would have been fine.
No, Cato was a pretty white woman, too.
There we go. This is the hot 1995 riffs you're looking for.
Boom.
Yeah. Oh, I did want to say, though, there was a special mention on Toxic Fanbases. Taylor Swift fans.
Ooh.
They are low-key one of the most toxic group of fans you will ever meet. And I was thinking about it, and it goes down. They've, like, all of her songs are about men that did her wrong, right? So they're already keyed up to, like, fight. If you criticize her, you're not just criticizing Taylor Swift, you're criticizing the emotions that these girls went through during their breakups that they listened to Taylor Swift to get over. So you're not only, like, is it this weird personal thing tied in, but then, like, I do agree Taylor had some, like, shitty things happen to her, like the VMAs with Kanye. She was one of the first people to have to, like, get the brunt of, like, the Kanye nonsense.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
No one handled that right.
No, you're right.
Get the fuck off my stage.
Yeah. And, even to this day, Taylor Swift fans will refuse to acknowledge that. And I almost hate to say it this way, but Kanye was right. Beyonce's video was the best video of that year.
I don't know what a music video is.
Oh, yeah. You
anymore.
probably weren't following them.
I know he did it to Beck, and I liked Loser and two turntables and a microphone.
100%.
But I listened to that new, I was like, let's
Oh.
see what Beck, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is just hymns
Yeah.
or whatever.
He's fallen off. He's got that classic, like, indie artist development where Odelay, just banger from start to finish. Every single song is good. He's got a couple, the album before that, I forget what it's called, was great. Then every album lost a couple good songs in a diminishing amount.
Yeah.
And now every track on the album sucks.
So I haven't really been, okay, so Ticketmaster's a monopoly. They're fucking gouging the shit out of everyone. And now they were having like a Senate hearing, and the Taylor Swift fans were outside protesting it. So they are pro-monopoly, or so they wanna become homeless to watch a concert.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of Ticketmaster, but, like, it couldn't have happened to the worst group. I'd say worst group of, like, people, but the worst group of, like, reactionary fans. Like, you are it's like Philly fans. A lot of times we try to tell other fan bases, like, none of this would have happened, whatever you're complaining about, if you didn't antagonize us. Like, you poked a bear. You know what we are. You know what we're going to do, and you poked us anyway, so it's kind of your fault. I feel like it's almost the same thing with, like, Taylor Swift fans. Like, Ticketmaster fucked Taylor Swift fans, and now their asses are getting hauled up in front of Congress. You know what I mean? They were bad enemies to make. And that's because of the sheer just toxicity of them. Like, they are like the Eagles fans of music. And I fucking salute them. There are more Eagles fans of music than fans of the Eagles. Hotel California. Yeah.
Hey, greatest hits, highest selling. Is that still? Well, no one sells albums anymore, right?
Yeah.
So
They
that's-
might hold on to that.
Yeah, that
now,
might
yeah.
just be. They might just be the John Stockton
Yeah.
of fucking.
And my girlfriend's never texted me during a thing, but she says, "We've done it now. We're done. They're coming for us." So maybe this is what gets us canceled.
Yeah,
It's
when we
not
talk
the
about
Star
music-
Wars. It's the Taylor. It's coming for the Taylor Swift fans.
I was gonna go after the fans of a band that I like.
What's that?
They're
Who's
like a Tool. They're kind of like that Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna say I like the music I like. I don't know shit about music. I don't like. Oh man, when they switched from 3/4 measure to like that was fucking like I'm like I was listening to it. I noticed that my toe was going up and down when I
Yeah.
was.
You know the pieces fit.
I
That's
think
all
I
you
like.
need.
Hey, yeah. But some of their it's like you just have to be on a higher plane. Like shut the fuck up. Just you could enjoy it for like I saw them live, which is the 2020 at the same venue I saw them at in 2001. And this last time we were up inside, we were all sitting down and we were staying set. And then this fucking girl behind me was just, why is everyone sitting now?
Oh,
This
God.
is church.
Oh,
Like she
God.
fucking sounded dog shit retarded, but she thought she sounded so fucking insightful. Just, why is everyone this is church? Like
That's fucking
and-
ridiculous.
that first of all, I think they encourage sitting now. When I saw them at the same venue in 2001, the whole floor was just a mosh pit, and this time it was all chairs.
Yeah.
They know that we're
It's
in
the
our
progression,
40s
right,
now.
it's the
we
progression
wanna
of
sit
age.
the fuck down.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Rolling Stones, they have seats for everybody now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
understand who their fan base is.
And if me standing up doesn't get more blood circulating to my ears.
Yeah.
It's
And also, they're so sludgy. It's like I could see moshing to them, but like you're moshing in halftime, basically. Like what?
well, back in 2001,
you can mosh
they
to
fuck
anything,
yeah, well, yeah, but that plus the fact that they rocked considerably harder. Like
that's true.
Maynard can't fucking hit those notes anymore.
Oh, yeah,
Because I
right,
saw
right.
them in a
Age has
perfect
caught up with them.
circle in the same year. Anytime that yelling was involved, it was more just holding the mic out because he's in his like late 50s or early or late somewhere in his 50s now.
That
He
like
can't
punk
fucking do
aspect
it.
of what Tool was doing is probably starting to fade, like most of the punk bands I listen to, which is just now they're old. And it's like
Yeah.
you can have a punk mentality and be old, but you can't really be a punk musician and be old. You got to like escalate it to like Ozzy or Gigi Allen shit or something in order to carry that, because you're just going to lose a certain amount of drive and energy in your old age that unless you're like supplementing it with like a massive amount of drugs and dying young, you're just not going to be able to
You're
keep
not
up.
punk when you just want to sit in a rocking chair and enjoy a good peach.
Not dying before your time is not punk.
so not
yeah,
punk.
It's so you can't just have survived and thrived and be punk. That's automatically taken some from you, and I'm sure Maynard's probably the same way.
Yeah, he's got like a vineyard now and shit. Which is,
funny.
I hear why we went 13 years without an album. Just
Oh,
like,
We had to
he's-
wait. We had to wait for the first vintage to
yeah,
mature.
The tannins have to settle. Or, I don't even.
Is the Tannins Have to Settle is actually my favorite Tool song. So
Yeah.
This was good. Oh, I do want to say special mention on toxic fandoms, sort of the same thing with Harry Potter and Star Wars, where you can't do one thing, you can't do the opposite. No matter what you do, you'll be criticized. Comedy fans. They want to be for free speech, but not when Amy Schumer does it. They want to be oh, I love great comedy, but not when Dave Chappelle's picking topics that you don't like and sometimes striking out on those topics. But you know what I mean? People, you can laugh, and it's even people.
You just mentioned two camps that don't really cross over, too, I
know.
feel like.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, that's the thing. But they're all comedy fans, but it's like they train their sights inside of comedy and just attack other positions. And it's like it all is subsumed in this you will laugh at 99% of shit, but not your 1% of shit. Like, if you're a comedy fan, you should know, and many do. I know most of our listeners are probably comedians or fuck with comedy, so they probably already know it. But for the few that don't, like, yeah, we try to laugh at everything, but a lot of people, they're happy carving off that 1 or 2% of shit that you can't even attempt to laugh at.
You try to. You're more friendly than I am, though. Sometimes I just, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I'm going to irrationally want this person to fail for no fucking reason other than, like, I don't know. Like,
That's fair. That's personal hate, or more like random personal
it's-
hate.
Yeah, sometimes, I don't know. The reaction to me is a little too dry. And I'm like, okay. They said one joke that, like, I kind of just, it seemed like they're trying too hard. Like, I don't like what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hold this opinion of them
Forever.
until, well, sometimes I break it and people are like, oh, dude, like, fucking, dude, your shit's always so good. I'm like, oh, wait, they just complimented me. We're cool now.
Time to reevaluate.
That's literally how all my friendships in comedy, like, every friendship I have in comedy started from a conversation that I probably didn't want to be in.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm sure you know this too. In comedy, you meet people that you really like, but you're not really a fan of their comedy. And it might not be that they're not funny, it's just they're not for you. And it's like, it's funny because it's like, it's true. You have to be like, I would never tell anybody. And now, of course, by saying this, hopefully nobody listening to this is like, he means me. I don't. But anybody that I feel that way about, like, if they were like, oh, you don't like my comedy, I have to be like, but you have to be such a better dude if I don't think you're funny. Like, the amount of cool you have to be if I don't think you're funny is way higher. Like, if I think you're funny, you can be someone that I kind of don't like, and I'll like you.
We're definitely going to have to exchange names after.
Yeah. Once the camera goes off, I will gladly tell you the comedians. And again, some of them are very funny. It's just not for me. And so,
if I hate their comedy that much, I will go out of my way to avoid ever speaking to them because I don't want to have that awkwardness.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, he's such a good. Oh.
The people who are painfully bad, like the people who have been doing it for years and they haven't figured it out, and they don't really seem like they're working very hard to figure it out. That I feel a little freer to judge because it's like you are not working as hard. Even if you're lazy and talented, you know, present company included, that's okay. But it's just the people that are constantly like doing the same 5 minutes and stuff like that, and they're not tweaking it at all. There we go. There's that 50-minute card.
You are an impediment on my time or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like with comedy, it's like, you know, we're constantly firing in and out in every which way at each other. And then we turn around and go, but we know what to like. We understand what to laugh at. He turns around and is like, you've been, and especially comedians, like, you've been shitting on other comedians at open mics all the time. Everyone does. So it's like we're constantly taking shots at comedy. So we whine a fuck ton about this thing that we love.
Hell yeah. All right. Is it news time?
Yes, it is.
I think it's new. Now that we had and I'm glad that we knew 20 minutes ahead of time to start the down slope. Hey,
no, thank you, Neil.
It's not fun if we're not abusing you.
Yeah.
All right. I wrote my show got canceled and I just wrote.
Okay, you definitely wrote more than me this week, so go off, King.
Okay, this first one. All right, last week there was an article about 2 roosters killing 2 people because they tried to set up a cockfight where they gave the roosters knives. And I wrote like 3, and I was just like, nothing I say can fucking match the intensity of that setup.
That's amazing.
I was like, if it was just one animal murdering a person, I could probably come up with something. And then this week shined down upon me like a gift from God.
Let's hear it.
Dog fatally shoots man in hunting-related accident, Kansas officials say. The cops were able to extract a confession from the dog by asking questions like, what's that, girl? You said you panicked and dumped his body down the old town well? That's right. A Lassie joke to fucking start off with.
I like it. It's funny because I've been, we must have been deep in the animal news this week because I got some animal news for you. A dozen monkeys are missing after a break-in at a Louisiana zoo. Yeah. Because this theft happened in Louisiana, investigators are asking for donations of rape kits for the monkeys.
Love it. Here's one that I can't post on anything. Rihanna scores her first Oscar nomination with Black Panther Wakanda Forever song. If she wins, people can start mentioning her name in the same sentence with EGOT, without that sentence being, man, that Chris Brown, EGOT are good with that one.
Is that one of the ones that you said would get you canned on TikTok?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah. I love it. But yeah, TikTok might not. Hit me with the second one because you got a lot of them.
All right, let's keep it on the subject of the Oscars. Till director accuses Hollywood of upholding whiteness after Oscar snub. The people in charge of the Oscars responded, "We had no choice but to go that route this year. That thing we staged last year got way out of hand."
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It was staged. The Kanye thing was staged. Taylor Swift fans, it was all staged.
I think we can talk more. Let's wait till we're closer to the Oscars to break that whole situation.
I'm into
down.
that. That'll be a topic for a future podcast listeners. Our manufactured show outrages. Okay, I have another one. Two monkeys in the Dallas Zoo have gone missing. Did I find 2 stories about missing
I
monkeys
hope so.
this week? I fucking did. What's going on, Dave? But anyway, police believe that these monkeys have been stolen. I don't know if the Texans would fuck the monkeys. I'm not sure. I think what they do is probably get them drunk and try to make them fight with shotguns. I think that's probably what the Texans would do with the monkeys.
I dig it. All right. Okay. Bed Bath & Beyond says it can no longer pay its debts. Debts. Fuck. Start that. Debts, Johnny? Okay. Bed Bath & Beyond says it can no longer pay its debts. They thought they had a little something set aside for emergencies, but were unable to remember which mattress they hid the money under.
That's pretty good.
It's a cute one. Yeah.
Yeah, you can cover the taxes on the bed and the bath. It's the Beyond that gets you. It's a lot of taxes in the Beyond. The inventor of Peeps Marshmallows, you'll be sad to hear, he's died at 98. Yeah. In the spirit of his invention, his body will be pushed to the back of a cabinet to be discovered years from now after it's all weird and dried out.
Nice. I was fucking staring at that story for a while. I'm glad that one of us came up with something. All right. Joke number 2 that can't be posted on any social media. DeSantis proposes making child rapist eligible for death penalty by forgoing unanimous jury verdict. Even if they can't get every juror on board, it has the full support of pedophiles who are excited at the prospect of the last words they hear being, "You're going to feel a tiny prick."
Yeah, you can't do that one on TikTok. I liked it. George Washington University has installed an emergency Plan B vending machine. And yes, this is my second vending machine joke in 2 weeks. This is, kind of controversial on the campus because it's setting up the future Supreme Court struggle, Robo v. Wade. Also, I did say this last week about the Japanese whale meat vending machine, although I believe it should be true for this one. It shouldn't be a vending machine. It should be a crane game because when you will never be more dialed in than on the Plan B crane game.
Fuck.
And also the my other tag, because I try to tag these fucking things out, is Conservative Liberty University is also installing a machine for birth control. It's a slot machine. Sorry, no jackpot. This one's God's will.
Bar, cherry. Fuck. Colorado Masterpiece Cake Shop owner loses appeal over gender transition cake. He actually baked the cake for the person too, but then decided afterwards that he had grown way too attached to the cake to ever let someone take a knife to it.
There you go. I was staring at that one earlier today, and I couldn't come up with it. My riff was going to be something of, in other news, Southern Baker has developed the world's largest fondant cock. It's like fondant cock. Let's see what I have here. Doja Cat has announced that she's leaving Twitter. This is forcing people who like mediocre music and amateur nudes to look literally anywhere else on the internet.
There you go. I don't actually know any of her music.
Yeah.
She came out after 1998.
Yeah.
I didn't have a shot there.
She's not part of your 80s music renaissance, which we definitely did talk about on another show. But
Milwaukee Bucks halftime drag show sparks debate on social media. Although it does beg the question, if these kids are too young to see something like this, then why are they being taught such big words like Antetokounmpo?
Okay.
I didn't think that deserved as much.
I
but
like it.
alright.
I'm a simple man. I like silly
All right.
words and silly last names. Megan Trainor, she's announced that she's having another baby, which actually comes as a shock to her husband, who thought they'd been fucking in the base.
Oh. There you go. That's a silly. All right, we're at the silly portion of the show.
This is being silly.
I love it. Let's more silly. What kind of silly? It's about woman torture. Police warn that Oregon torture suspect is using dating apps. They say these women should proceed with caution if they meet up with any guy whose relationship status reads single and ready to strangle.
Okay, I can already tell we're going head to head
Oh,
again.
jokes.
But you win.
Oh.
You win because this one is one of my throwaways. Police say that a suspected Oregon man who tortured his girlfriend is active on local dating apps. They didn't think this announcement was necessary until the suspect set his height to 6'6" and women stopped caring.
Wait, I think you got it backwards though, right?
No, women
Wait.
wouldn't care
Oh,
that he
once
was a
he's-
torturer.
they don't care that he's a torturer because he's 6'6".
6'6".
Okay.
Just a
I
little.
thought you were like,
short
oh
man-
yeah, if he lowered his, then they would just stop caring about.
Then they would stop caring
responding
about
to
him at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I fucked that up.
No, it's okay. That's why your joke was better.
Who does the comment section think won? If they want to answer, if they're still here.
I'll give this one to you. I'll concede it to you because I like that joke so much. I
Oh.
thought you had the better joke.
Doesn't even rhyme though. Here's all right. Ukraine could boycott Olympics if Russians allowed back, says sports minister. Other countries are urging them to reconsider, telling them if you really want to make waves by pulling a bunch of white athletes out of competing, you're probably better off waiting for the Winter Games.
I like it. And you know, I kind of have something in this vein. Olympic champion Usain Bolt has fired his business manager for fraud. It turns out the only thing Usain can't catch is the bag.
I like it. Get that
you.
get
And
that
also-
new slang in there.
That's
so,
right.
So
I
we
am
can reach
cool.
the kids.
That's right.
Yeah.
I am cool. I learned it from my girlfriend. Although I do have to say that the one person I wouldn't fuck over in a business deal is the fastest man in the world. Like he will catch you. Like you can hide, but you literally can't run.
That's true. All right, this one I probably fucked up. FDA plans to allow some gay men to donate blood. While this is a start towards equality, many gays find it very demeaning that they're only allowed to receive the needle if it goes through a hole in a bathroom stall.
Dave, that one would be problem on TikTok too. I think they let that one up, but the comments would not enjoy it.
I mean, it's not. That's them, not me. I'm just. Hey, I'm not saying I agree with it.
That's true. Here's something I don't agree with. A man stabs passengers on German train, killing 5. Germans are in shock. Who could have thought something bad could happen on the train?
On those after. Oh Christ! All right. This is. I think it's the dumbest one left. No, I have a few. Okay, they're all stupid. Vermont border apprehensions in last 3 months more than past 2 years combined. This is in no small part due to the technological upgrades they've implemented, such as putting pancakes underneath boxes with sticks holding them up.
Like an
I don't-
old-timey
Yeah,
trap.
I don't know why.
Like an
When I heard
acme trap.
Vermont is capturing people, that's what I fucking pictured, and I put it down on paper.
I love the image.
And I might- yeah,
love
I-
the mental image.
It's probably more for me than for anyone else, but it's
into
there
it.
now. It's out there. We're live.
Yeah,
No editing
it's
that
in the
out.
world. It's
Yeah.
in the world. Speaking of something going on in the world, Congressman George Santos announced that he's stepping down from all of his congressional subcommittees to prepare himself to face Jalen Hurts and the Eagles in Super Bowl 54.
You can just do anything with him. At
Yeah,
this
it's
point,
just so easy. It's too easy.
All right, this one's probably too wordy, so I hope it doesn't lose all its steam by the punchline. New York City Pride organization says Rangers' last-minute decision to ditch LGBTQ+ jerseys a major disappointment. The Rangers claim they meant no ill will towards the LGBT community. They just thought that the other New York team provided enough gay for the both of them when they switched their team name to the Fire Islanders. Yeah, took too long to get there. But
Fire Islanders is good.
It's
though.
a good.
It's a
yeah.
good punch. This is why I fall on the crutch of like talking about them rather than reading the headlines. You're doing a much harder thing. Like if the people that don't understand how writing is working, like you sticking to that tight form can kind of like get you into situations like that.
Should never be easy.
Yeah, you're right. See, that's
Whip.
I do not follow that. If it's not easy, I'm giving up. But we were talking about her earlier. Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling donated hundreds of thousands of pounds to save female lawyers who were fleeing the Taliban in Afghanistan. Yeah, she didn't actually have to donate that much money, but some of it went towards checking to see if any of these lawyers had Adam's apples.
I mean, that's one thing both sides can agree on. All right, I got 3 more left.
Okay, I think that's what I got too. So,
cool.
yeah, perfect.
Hopefully you have something for this one too, and we can head to head. Oh, did people vote in the comments?
Nothing there.
That's fine. I shouldn't have brought it up. Now we just look like fucking losers. Anyone call? I haven't been home in 2 weeks. Anyone call? Okay.
It's okay. They're too riveted to be in the.
That's
the
true.
comment section.
I can't type when I'm riveted. All right. New Yorkers enraged as Empire State Building lights up in support of rival Philadelphia Eagles. Workers at the building are just hoping New Yorkers can't recall any past examples of what other people have done when they were pissed off at a building.
Okay, I like that one. That might be my favorite one of the week. That's great. A good subtle 9/11 joke always makes me laugh.
Gotta have subtle with 9/11.
A Michigan boy, age 6, spends $1,000 on a Grubhub spending spree. Yeah. This comes close to the most spent on one Grubhub order since Dan DePrio had to quarantine for COVID.
Nice.
To be fair to the kid, $1,000, it's like 3 meals with those delivery fees.
Oh, man, yeah. Basically. And they still don't fucking take it up to your apartment.
Yeah, they make you come and get it.
Because I'm never the type to, like, complain about anything. But if you fucking leave my shit unattended for 3 minutes in the lobby...
Yeah.
I'll fuck with your hustle. Appeals court clears the way for more lawsuits over Johnson's baby powder. When all is said and done with this, Johnson & Johnson might not have enough for 2 sticks to rub together, which is fine because they would chafe anyway.
Nah.
Yeah, I fucked up that
That's
one.
okay. I like it.
It was...
Jay Leno, if you didn't know, some comedy news. Jay Leno suffers broken bones in motorcycle accident. In lieu of flowers, Leno asked that his fans make sure that Conan O'Brien isn't allowed to successfully ride a motorcycle until he recovers.
Nice.
So,
I looked at that one. I didn't write this down. I'll try to remember it. Let's see. Jay Leno, something, broken bones. The doctors told him it'll take 6 to 8 weeks to heal, or in terms he could understand, 1 opening monologue.
that's good. I like it.
But it's not official. That wasn't
your
off.
official joke.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right, here's my last one. And speaking of ones that I can't post on the internet, gotta end with a bang. Michael Jackson's nephew, Jafar Jackson, to play him in biopic. He's had plenty of practice doing Jackson's signature crotch-grabbing dance from all the times prosecutors asked him, and your uncle touched you where?
I tried to riff on this. I didn't write it down, but it was... This is the story about Jafar in the Cave of Secrets you do not want to hear.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you. And I have one last one here. Officials in Australia are searching for a radioactive capsule that was lost on the side of the road. Apparently the thing emits 10 X-rays worth of radiation every second. They have sensors to find something that is small, remote, and horribly radioactive, but it keeps going off discovering local comedy scenes.
Get him.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And that's it. That's the news.
Yeah, do we have any fucking plugs?
What am I doing this weekend? I have a show in York at some bar that I don't remember. I wish I could remember. But it is Jeremy Smerling, I think, is the
Oh,
host.
okay.
He's great. He's very funny.
What's he doing out there?
I don't know. Way the fuck up in York, like 2 hours away. But hey, whatever. It's going to be fun. If you're in the York area, you want to see me, shoot me a DM. I'll be posting the flyer. Then what else do I have? Fucking nothing after that.
Yeah, let's see. Let's promote a show Neil put me on.
Okay, hey.
The Valentine's Day Hangover. Is that what it's called? Is there a name to it?
Yeah, it's just the biggest little comedy show. We're just using that as the tag. So it's
Biggest little comedy.
I
Who
like
else
that.
is on it besides me? I actually don't know this information.
Yeah, it's all good. We got Albert Davis, the guys you
Oh,
hate.
fuck
yeah.
He's way too pretty to
That
be
had
funny.
done. Yeah, sorry.
I love him.
I know, it sucks.
So I got to be the dumpy, funny guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the hot dad checked off.
Yeah, we got Albert Davis, you, and I'm blanking on it as well. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, and then what else do we have? Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay. You have any shows coming up, Neil?
Yeah. You can just go to IamNeilWood.com. There's a ton of shows coming up. But they can't see me right now. I'm not important, so don't worry about it.
But IamNeilWood.com. He's a hell of a he's a hell of a producer. We like to give him shit, but we love him.
Yes.
Go on over there and check it out. But yeah, it's going to be a banger. Sorry, but I don't know why. I was just looking at that today. Tickets already sold. They sold out the last time. We only have 45 seats. So please grab those tickets now. $15 at drop10.com.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, got to move on those tickets because these sell out.
For our now named Valentine's Day Hangover show.
That
Hell
would have
yeah.
been
That's
better.
right. Taking over.
And we're going to have a Valentine's Day show on Valentine's Day next week.
Yeah. What are you doing? Like a Monday? Are you doing a Monday Valentine's Day with your girlfriend?
Yeah, we have plans to hang out the day before. We'll do the dinner thing, and then we already had weekend hangout plans. So I got it well in hand. And I honestly, I was shocked because I was ready. We were talking, I didn't know, and she's fucking awesome. She was like, "No, you got to do your podcast."
Oh, I thought we were gonna move it to Monday. I had already had that. If that was the backup plan, so then on Tuesday I would go do $5 movies and I'd go to the most romantic movie and just fucking sit there alone and make couples feel uncomfortable.
sit right next to a couple, even though there's
Yeah.
free seats elsewhere.
I could do it before. I can work around this. Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Well, that's
there we
the
go.
show.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, Jimmy and Adam and everybody that was hanging out. This was a good one. I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get interrupted by Neil too much.
Much more on track now that there isn't a raving Guido comedian sitting in the guest seat. No, I love Steve.
Nah, he's the best. That 7 for 7 show was awesome, by the way.
yeah, that's
check
awesome.
that out in the future.
Yeah, 7 for
And,
7 at Soul Joel's.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Hell
We'll
yeah.
see you next week.
Boom.
Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
This has been a Drop Tent Media Production.